What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Clayton Kershaw is officially calling it a career. On a random weekday, he just announced, yeah, I'm done. The rookie speedster for the Rays, Chandler Simpson, is melting the minds of those too feeble to grasp the sheer magnitude of his presence, aka we got some nerds being fun police. Chandler's been awesome. Hunter Greene tossed one of the most impressive starts in the history of baseball. No BS. It was a perfect example of just how far baseball has come as a sport. J-Ram, Jose Ramirez might have just saved the Guardians' season. Trevor Story's arm might have cost the Red Sox theirs. And Mickey Moniak, he hit another home run. I still cannot believe that the Angels let him go for free. We'll get into all of that and more in today's MLB recap. If you're new here, we recap every baseball game almost every single day, so grow the game with me. Leave a like and hit that subscribe button, and really leave a like. You guys have kind of been slacking. We haven't hit 1,000 likes in 3 videos. Let's do it. Be sure to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek as well as on Underdog Fantasy, and also if you want to watch more baseball with me live later today with Cougs46, download Playback. It's on the App Store, the Google Play Store, or just go to playback.tv/the show. We'll see you guys later today. So obviously we have to talk about Clayton Kershaw, one of the GOATs, hanging up the cleats, but like Hunter Greene, he was right-handed version of Tarik Skubal yesterday, so I gotta show that first. There are certain games that just have to be talked about forever, and this is gonna be one of them for me. If your great-grandpappy still thinks that baseball in 1901 was harder than 2025, please send them this video. Now, I'm gonna show Will Benson's RBI double because this was the only run scored by either team. Poor Colin Ray of the Cubs, he went 7 innings with 11 strikeouts, but he ran into a real-life buzzsaw, so he's gonna take a tough L. Hunter Greene went all 9 innings. He allowed just one base hit, and he was throwing 102 miles an hour in the 9th inning. He averaged 100 miles an hour in his final frame. He has a 2.1 ERA with 185 strikeouts his last 154 innings. This game had a massive impact on the wild card. We're going to talk about that more after the Giants and Mets games, but Hunter Greene is literally showing why modern 2025 baseball is probably the hardest era of baseball ever. We have guys throwing 102 on pitch 106. This came completely out of nowhere. Kershaw is hanging up the cleats after this season. I got a little bit emotional watching his press conference. I'm going to show that after we highlight pretty much his entire career. I'm not going to do him enough justice because this just happened, and I want to kind of give him a full tribute after the playoffs. But the 11-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young, an MVP winner. He had a 300 strikeout season. He has over 3,000 strikeouts. He's been part of 2 World Series teams. He's calling it a career. Obviously, people are going to bring up his playoff woes, so for Kershaw's narrative's sake, I'm praying that he completely shreds in the playoffs. I'm not even a Dodgers fan, but I hope that happens because he's one of the GOATs. His final start is happening today, so don't forget to save yourself 20 bucks off on SeatGeek if you're buying any of those tickets because the prices are going to skyrocket for sure. But Kershaw, can't believe it's almost over.
My last thing is my favorite Bible verse. It's whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as you're working for the Lord, not for men. It's Colossians, and that's what I've tried to do. Just work at it. Just work at it and love it. I'm really not sad. I'm really not. I'm really at peace with this. It's just emotional, and I've tried to hold it together. I told our guys not to make it weird today, so because I was going to get weird if you make it weird, and here I am making it weird. So thank you, everybody here that's covered me over the years. I know I'm not the most fun at times, so just thank you for putting up with me, and that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for being here.
We have Yamamoto versus Logan Webb. This is a sick pitching duel. So Yoshinobu, he battled, and what do I mean by battled? That was the only really word to describe it because he went, 5 1/3 with 1 hit, 7 strikeouts, no runs. That's pretty good. But he had to work around 6 walks. He's down to a 2.5 ERA on the season. Logan Webb, he kept up inning by inning. He went 5 scoreless when Ohtani. He laced the ball in the 6th for a double. That got Ben Rortvedt to third base. Ben's off on the Mookie chopper, and Patrick Bailey, one of the best defenders I've ever seen, he just dropped it. Freddie, he drove in Shohei on an RBI up the gut, and Willie Adames, man, diving to his right. He saved a run. It wouldn't have really meant anything, even though Blake Treinen was awful again. He walked Devers with the bases loaded, but then he painted 96 and then threw that vintage frisbee Blake Treinen sweeper. Like Colin Ray, this was a tough L for Logan Webb. Alex Vesia honestly looks like the closer for the Dodgers moving forward. The Dodgers won despite walking 10 hitters, and I think I heard this on the broadcast. They said that for the first time in almost 50 years, a team won even though they walked 10 guys, but also they only gave up 1 base hit. With that Giants L, the Reds are now 2 games back of the Mets. The Giants are 3 games back of the wild card. Both teams, they're begging for a Padres W, same with Padres fans, because the Dodgers already won. Polar Bear Pete and Brandon Nimmo, they scored a bunch all by themselves. I guess a bunch is relative. Still, though, Pete, he has 37 home runs, and he's the second in baseball to 100 RBIs after Kyle Schwarber. He has a home run in 4 consecutive games. Juan Soto, it was a ground out, but I do want to show his 100th RBI. He also has 33 stolen bases after another stolen base. He's going to get really close to 40-40. Brandon Nimmo, he's not the usual Brandon Nimmo. He's hitting a lot of home runs, but his on base is a little bit low, but he does have 24 home runs on the season. That's a 3-run Nimmo nuke. And Jonah Tong, he was sick. At one point, he set down 4 in a row via the strikeout. He had 8 strikeouts across 4 with no walks. Way to bounce back, kid. Pete, he has 121 RBIs. Remember, he had 131 as a career high back as a rookie. The Mets have won 3 of their last 4 games. They keep the Reds at 2 games back. The Padres, they sink to 3 games back of the Dodgers for first place in the NL West. Speaking of first place in a division, the Guardians are creeping up on the Tigers, but Skubal, he's back out there to try and stop the Guardians' 6-game win streak. That side issue is not a thing anymore, and as a Guardians fan, I want that. I want Skubal right because it's a test going into the playoffs. This is bad. Very, 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 very bad. Keith, he doubled with no one on. Gabriel Arias, that's a perfect throw home. Okay, cool. McKinstry, his dreadful second half continued. He struck out, and phew. I cannot believe that Tanner Bibee got out of that jam with only 1 run allowed. The Detroit Tigers broadcasters jinx Tarik Skubal live. So they were talking about Jhonkensy Noel, a.k.a. the Big Christmas. They said that Skubal must have been the Grinch. Not today, because Big Christmas, Christmas was not stolen by the Grinch. Tarik did settle in after that. That was the only run that he allowed. He has a new career high of 229 strikeouts, but he added 2. He got 4 more after that. He ends his day with 100 miles an hour. He has 9 strikeouts and 233 on the season. He's going to win Cy Young. Bibee ended his game with a strikeout as well. He had 8 strikeouts and 1 earned run. J-Ram, he gave Bibee the W. He is 1 home run away from his 3rd 30-30 season. Hunter Gaddis, he converted his 3rd save as the Guardians swept the Tigers. The Guardians have won 7 in a row. They were at one point 15 and a half games back of the Tigers. They're now 3.5 games back. It's still scary times, though, because they need a lot of other teams to just straight up fold, because there's, 9 games left in the season? Teams like the Red Sox and the Mariners, and funny enough, we have both of them coming up in this recap back-to-back. Brent Rooker, he's making Red Sox fans really sweat. A 2-run home run, his 30th of the season, so back-to-back 30 home run campaigns, was followed up by Tyler Soderstrom's 90th RBI. The A's are quite literally littered with RBI machines. I think they have 3 guys in the 30 home run club, and Sodi, he's got 24 home runs and 90 RBIs. Of course, the Red Sox got right back into it. Yoshida lifted a sac fly, and the speedster, David Hamilton, he tied it with his 5th home run. But then Trevor Story's arm cost the Red Sox not just once, but twice. With 2 outs in the 3rd and the 7th, Trevor hit the red on his throwing meter. The second throw was worse in my opinion because he had plenty of time and he just double clutched and just took his sweet time. Jacob Wilson, he's about to run forever, and he completes an over-the-shoulder catch. Story, he still had a decent game because on offense, he had a double, a home run. He has 25 home runs, 30 stolen bases, and 93 RBIs. Trevor's error cost them big time. Hunter Harris picked up his 4th save. So with that Boston L, the Guardians are 1.5 games back of the Red Sox, but I'm not going to lie. I know it'd be easier to go for the wild card. I want Boston to beat up on the Tigers because they're about to face off. I want the division. Do not settle for the wild card. But then again, that'd be cool as well because I just want to make the playoffs. The Mariners, they're back to winning. They might lose 2 or 3 times the rest of the season with the pace that they're on right now. Stephen Kolek, I'll tip my cap to him. He was awesome for the Royals. He had 8 strikeouts over almost 8 innings, but he did allow Josh Nader to get on. And now Josh is coming all the way around on a Jorge Polanco double to the wall. Luis Castillo, he was doing his normal twirly thing and just he didn't have the most strikeouts ever. He only struck out 3, but he held the Royals scoreless through 6. J.P. Crawford added another. He placed Victor Robles on a 2nd RBI double for the Mariners. That was it for the entire game. Andres Munoz, he got Adam Frazier to chase for his 36th save. The Mariners are back in first place. But here's an update. Speaking of first place, they're technically tied on paper with the Astros. Isaac Paredes just got activated. That just made this series, because the Astros and Mariners are about to face off, that just made this series way more entertaining. Chandler Simpson is batting .462 the last week and a half. The rookie also has 42 stolen bases. Imagine how many stolen bases he would have if he played the entire season. He has back-to-back 3-hit games. That right there is a 2-run single. Brandon Lau, he drove in the 3rd run for the Rays. He has 80 RBIs on the season. And look at him playing some defense. That was a rocket off the bat of Barger. Carson Williams, bang! He has 7 extra base hits and 11 RBIs his first 24 games. I'm really excited to see what he can do with a cup of coffee on his side and also a full offseason ahead to work on getting those strikeouts down. A double play seals it. The Rays Rays shut out the Jays. That's actually the first time in over 3 months that the Blue Jays have been shut out. Chandler Simpson, I just want to throw this out there, is batting .390 versus the Blue Jays. He's going to be their boogeyman for a while. We have another shutout coming up. Obviously, it won't be the Yankees because Ahmed Rosario drove in 2 off a lefty. That is a perfect addition to this team. He is never going to start against a righty, at least in my opinion, because if they do, I mean, that's just, don't do it. Wells and Goldie, they singled in a few more, and Stanton, he blew the doors completely off with a 2-run double. Fried, he fried the Orioles. My goodness. I'm going to show all 13 strikeouts because he matched a career high. He's down to a 2.9 ERA with 182 strikeouts in his first season as a Yankee and staying with first. He's the first pitcher in baseball this year to 18 Ws. Paul Blackburn, he's been awesome since imploding in his first game as a Yankee. He went 2 more scoreless. He has 10 strikeouts his last 9 innings. The Yankees are 86 and 67, and because the Jays lost, they're 3 games back of first place. Quinn Priester, I cannot believe that the Red Sox and the Pirates let this guy go instead of trying to figure it out because his stuff is disgusting. He struck out the side in back-to-back innings, 6 strikeouts in a row to start this game. Caleb Durbin, this dude has been insane. I'm going to talk about his stats in a second. He beat it out for an infield single. Quinn, he had 12 up and 12 down before he walked Adele, and now not only is the perfect game gone, the shutout and the no-no, Luis Rengifo, he put the Halos on top. But here's Durbin again, his second base hit and his 3rd time on. He's batting .350 with a .997 OPS his last 23 games. Blake Perkins, he's about to track down a baseball off the bat of Chris Taylor that could have scored 2 and completely flipped this game on its head. Instead, the Brewers are now scoring 2, 1 from Terang and 1 from Yelly as Taylor Ward just misplayed this ball completely. Yelich officially has 100 RBIs. The Brewers have 94 wins. The Angels have already been eliminated, and it reminds me of this quote from Perry, the GM of the Angels. He said that, "We're buying, and I've never been more excited about a clubhouse and the vibes." Yeah, the Angels have lost 7 in a row. They're 22 and 35 in the second half with an embarrassing 675 OPS as an offense and a 5.3 ERA as a pitching staff. I mean, what was Perry thinking? Blaine Krim hit 2 home runs. His bat speed and exit velocities are actually kind of sick so far. He's a 28-year-old rookie, so I'm just happy that he's getting some reps. Liam Hicks and Otto Lopez, they're about to go back-to-back. Liam Hicks, he has a .350 on base as a catcher, and Otto now has 15 home runs with 11 outs above average. Hicks, he's about to drive in 2 more. This guy can really swing it. So can Yanquiel Fernandez. This dude swings a full-blown willow tree for a bat. This guy is massive. Now we have Hernandez. Heriberto, he had a pinch hit at bat for Liam Hicks, and that's his 9th home run. He's nearing a 120 OPS plus as a rookie. They're fighting back, though. Blaine, like I said, he had a 2 home run game. Ryan Ritter, he ripped an RBI roper. I love alliteration, but we're not done with alliteration. And Mickey Moniak mashed this middle meatball a mile. I told you, we're not done with alliteration. That ball went 452 feet. He has 24 home runs. A perfect segue after talking about the Angels because they literally released them for nothing. They got nothing for Mickey Moniak, who might pop off for a 30 home run campaign. All of that aside, the Marlins still end up sweeping. They're 7-3 their last 10 and 6 games back. We're not done talking about Miami because they're about to do something that is pretty rare. The Miami Marlins are about to go with a dugout-only pitch call. So usually the catcher is the guy that calls pitches. Nope, the Marlins are actually reversing it. They're having guys in the dugout relay pitches, and then I don't know if that's going to go directly to the pitcher via PitchCom or how that's going to work, but the Marlins have been using this in the minor leagues, and they've been top 5 in strikeout to walk ratio. Obviously, it's the end of the season. It's not like they're really in the thick of things in a playoff race. I mean, they're 6 games back, but if they lose one more game, it's over. So they're trying something new, and I'm kind of interested to see how it goes. And there we have it, another recap in the books. Don't forget to leave a like. Again, I'm going to kind of reiterate that one more time. If you're watching on the TV, just click a few buttons. I know it's harder on TV, but don't forget to leave a like. I worked really hard on these videos. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek as well as on Underdog Fantasy. Check out Playback to watch me and Coos46 watch live MLB games, the first ever app that allows you to watch live MLB games. We'll see you there. Enjoy the web jams.
And to the left, will it hang up enough? It does. Caught.
Popped up. Very shallow right. Can anybody get there? Clement makes the catch. No, he dropped it, but they're going to call the out.
Tease flips his bat at it, pops it up. Guzman goes out and makes the catch.